Number 1, 1989 Jaguar XJS V12 convertible for $5,000. Yes, $5,000 for a British V12 drop top. That alone should get your attention. This car carries that iconic long hood, low-slung Jaguar styling that defined late-80s luxury performance. With just 76,000 miles, it's described as structurally excellent with absolutely no rust. Huge news for a classic like this. The body is solid, and the convertible top works, so you're already ahead of the game. Under the hood sits the legendary 5.3-liter V12. Smooth, powerful, and unmistakably refined when it's running right. Now here's the catch: it needs a starter. The seller is upfront about it, and that's reflected in the price. Replace the starter, which is a straightforward fix for most mechanics, and you could have a running, driving V12 convertible for a fraction of what these are starting to bring on the market. Behind the wheel, expect smooth cruising, that turbine-like V12 feel, and classic British luxury vibes. As a restoration candidate, this is more of a light mechanical project than a full rebuild. For $5,000, this XJS is a rare opportunity to step into V12 ownership without breaking the bank. Number 2. 1967 Chevy 2 Nova for $6,400. Now this is old-school simplicity at an affordable price. Finished in classic vintage styling, the 67 Nova keeps things straightforward with an inline-6 engine paired to a Powerglide automatic transmission. This isn't a fire-breathing muscle build, it's a solid daily driver. The seller describes it as running and driving, making it the kind of classic you can actually use without being afraid to put miles on it. That inline-6 is known for being durable and easy to maintain, and the Powerglide keeps the driving experience smooth and simple. Design-wise, the 67 Chevy 2 has that clean, squared-off late 60s look. Compact, lightweight, and honest. It's the kind of car that can go in multiple directions depending on your vision. As a restoration candidate, this Nova is a blank canvas. You could keep it as a reliable cruiser, restore it back to factory specs, or even swap in a small block V8 down the road for more performance. At $6,400, it's an accessible entry into classic Chevy ownership with plenty of upside potential. Number 3. 1996 Chevrolet Caprice Classic Police LT1 for $3,000. And yes, that's a factory LT1 powered, police package sedan with serious full-size attitude for basically project car money. This one's been turned into an Impala SS clone, finished in burgundy inside and out. It's got 170,000 miles, automatic transmission, and a clean title in hand. Under the hood sits the legendary LT1 V8, the same family of engine that made the 90s Impala SS such a cult classic. The seller says the motor and transmission are good, and it runs, drives, and stops. Now, it's not perfect. It needs rear brakes, and the passenger side rear caliper is missing a bolt. It could also use some fresh wheels and paint to really bring it back. But structurally, it's there. Disc brakes, police package hardware, and that big body stance give it serious presence. Behind the wheel, these cars feel planted, torquey, and surprisingly quick for their size. You get that old-school rear-wheel drive V8 experience, smooth on the highway, strong off the line, and just cool in a way modern sedans aren't. As a restoration or budget performance project, this Caprice makes a lot of sense. Fix the brakes, clean up the cosmetics, maybe upgrade the suspension, and you've got a proper street cruiser. At $3,000, it's an affordable way into LT1 V8 ownership and a big, bold platform with tons of potential. Number 4. 1971 Oldsmobile Cutlass Fastback for $8,000. This is pure early 70s muscle era attitude wrapped in a sleek fastback body style that still turns heads today. Finished in green with a black interior, this Cutlass shows 74,000 miles and comes with an automatic transmission. Right away, what makes this one interesting is that it's already had some key upgrades. It's running a new Edelbrock 750 carburetor, a new intake manifold, new radiator, new valve covers, new radiator hoses, and even a new front bumper. That tells you someone has already started investing in the right areas. Design-wise, the 71 Cutlass has the long hood, short deck proportion that defines classic American muscle. The fastback roofline gives it a slightly sportier silhouette compared to the more formal hardtop models. It's aggressive without trying too hard. On the road, these cars are all about smooth V8 cruising. With the updated carb and cooling components, it should breathe better and run cooler, 2 big wins for drivability. The automatic transmission makes it an easy classic to just jump in and enjoy. As a project, this is what I'd call a strong foundation. It's described as a good project, but with major mechanical pieces already refreshed and a clean title in hand, you're not starting from zero. At $8,000, it's a solid entry into vintage Oldsmobile muscle, something you can drive now and improve over time. And honestly, a 71 fastback Cutlass at this price? That's getting harder to find. Number 5. 1990 BMW 325 is E30 for $4,000. If you know BMWs, you know the E30 chassis is where modern BMW legend really began, and this one's a desirable 325 is coupe. Finished in red with 156,000 miles, this car is powered by the classic M22.5-liter inline-six paired to a 4-speed ZF automatic. It also comes factory-equipped with a limited-slip differential, sport suspension, and air conditioning. That's a solid spec for anyone looking for a proper analog BMW driving experience. Now, let's be clear, this is a running and driving project. It starts by jumping the starter from the diagnostic port, and the seller believes it's due to bad wiring between the battery and starter. Using that method, it fires up every time and can move around the neighborhood, but it's not roadworthy yet. The brakes need replacement and bleeding. On the plus side, it has a brand new battery as of February 2026. Structurally, this is where it gets interesting. The chassis and underside are clean with no rust or rot underneath. The only rust noted is on the driver's side cowl and above the driver's side taillight. That's important, because solid E30 coupes are getting harder to find every year. Behind the wheel, even in project form, the E30 delivers that balanced, rear-wheel drive feel. BMW built its reputation on tight steering, smooth inline-six power, and a connected driving experience you just don't get in modern cars. As a restoration candidate or even a future engine swap platform, this is a strong foundation. Clean Florida title, clean Carfax, no accidents, and priced at $4,000. For the right enthusiast, this could be the start of something special. Number 6. 1973 Cadillac Coupe de Ville for $11,000. This is full-size American luxury at its most unapologetic: long, wide, heavy, and built to cruise in pure comfort. The 73 Coupe de Ville represents that golden era when Cadillac meant presence. Massive chrome bumpers, a long hood that stretches out in front of you, and that signature squared-off body style that screams 1970s Detroit. It's the kind of car you don't just drive, you arrive in. Inside, the seller describes it as having a nice, clean interior, and that's a big deal with cars from this era. When the cabin is well kept, these Cadillacs feel like rolling living rooms. Plush seating, wide dashboards, and that unmistakable old-school luxury vibe. Mechanically, it runs and drives in great condition according to the seller. It also comes equipped with an airbag suspension system and a music system, adding a custom touch that opens the door for a lowrider-style build or a smooth adjustable cruiser setup. Behind the wheel, these cars are all about effortless cruising. Big V8 power, soft suspension, and that floaty ride Cadillac was famous for. It's not about speed, it's about presence, comfort, and attitude. As a project or preservation piece, this one has potential. You can keep it clean and original, lean into the custom air suspension scene, or slowly restore it back to factory glory. At $11,000, firm, cash only, it's positioned as a solid classic luxury coupe for someone who appreciates big-body American style. And honestly, cars like this don't blend in, they define the vibe. Number 7. 1968 Ford Mustang GT convertible for $18,500. Now this is what late 60s American performance looks like with the top down. This one is powered by the classic 289 V8 paired to an automatic transmission, and it comes nicely equipped with power steering and a power top. Finished in blue over a blue interior, it's got that clean, period-correct look that instantly takes you back to 1968. The interior is described as original, and the paint is an older repaint, but still presents well. It also features an aluminum radiator and 4 brand new tires, which tells you it's been kept road ready. The seller says it runs and drives very good. And even better, all the lights and gauges are working. That's always a reassuring sign in a vintage convertible. Clean title in hand, and interestingly, the second owner still has the title dating back to 1988, adding a bit of documented history to the car. On the road, a 68 Mustang convertible is all about that classic V8 rumble and relaxed cruising feel. The 289 gives you smooth, usable power, not wild, but strong and confident. With power steering and the wind in your hair, it's the kind of car you take out on sunny weekends and just enjoy. As a restoration candidate, this one doesn't necessarily need a full overhaul. You could preserve it as a clean driver, slowly refresh the paint, or detail the engine bay to show quality. At $18,500 or best offer, it's positioned as an accessible entry into classic Mustang convertible ownership, especially with a clean title and solid running condition. A blue-on-blue 68 drop top? That's timeless American style. Number 8. 1971 Dodge Demon 340 for $12,500. And this one is not your average Sunday cruiser, this is a street strip setup with serious attitude. Finished in vibrant orange with black racing stripes and a black hood scoop, it looks exactly like a classic Mopar should. Under the hood sits the 340 V8, backed by a 727 automatic with a manual valve body, plus a converter and even a 200 horsepower nitrous setup. The seller claims around 500 horsepower, which puts this demon firmly in muscle car territory. It runs, drives, and stops good, with new brake lines, wheel bearings, shocks, subframe connectors, pinion snubber, and electronic ignition. It's been set up to cruise but clearly built to have fun when you want it. Behind the wheel, expect raw power, loud attitude, and that unmistakable small block Mopar punch. As a project, you could refine it, tune it, or just enjoy it as is. At 12.5 cash, this demon is a bold, old-school muscle machine that's ready to make noise. Number 9. 1964 Cadillac DeVille Coupe for $16,000. This is peak mid-60s American luxury, powered by the original 429 V8 paired with a hygromatic transmission. Finished in black over black, this coupe has that long, elegant body with subtle rear fins and massive chrome presence. It's showing 123,456 miles and is described as running, driving, and stopping great. This is a factory non-AC car with factory green tinted glass and even a factory limited slip differential. Details you don't always see highlighted. What really stands out is the amount of recent work. In just the last 3 months, it's received a new fuel tank, sending unit, fuel pump, carburetor, water pump, radiator, hoses, steering gear, alternator, seals, gaskets, weather stripping, light bulbs, and even 3 window motors. The oil pan and intake components were refinished, and the floors were treated and insulated with new carpet installed. That's serious investment. On the road, the 429 delivers smooth, effortless torque. It's not about speed, it's about gliding down the highway in total comfort. As it sits, this Cadillac is ready to cruise, but it's also a strong foundation if you want to take it to show-level condition. At $16,000, it's a solid classic luxury coupe with the hard work already done. Number 10. 1969 Chevrolet Bel Air for $16,000. And this one sounds like a seriously dialed-in full-size Chevy with the right engine under the hood. It's powered by a strong, well-built matching numbers 327 cubic inch V8, paired with an automatic transmission. Finished in silver over a blue interior, it keeps the clean late 60s full-size look, long body lines, wide stance, and plenty of chrome. According to the seller, the paint presents great, the chrome is solid, and the car is rust-free. What really stands out is how well it reportedly drives. It runs and drives absolutely perfect with zero issues, tracks straight, and brakes on a dime thanks to power disc brakes. It's also equipped with air conditioning, power steering, and even an 8-track player for that true vintage vibe. Flowmaster dual exhaust gives the 327 a deeper, more aggressive tone, while still cruising comfortably at 70 to 80 miles per hour without overheating. With just over 33,000 miles shown, new front tires, and solid rears, this Bel Air sounds road trip ready. The seller even claims they trust it to drive to New York and back. As a classic, this isn't a project, it's a turnkey cruiser. You could enjoy it exactly as it sits or slowly detail it to show level. At $16,000 or best offer, it's a strong value for a big-body Chevy with matching numbers and modern drivability. Number 11. 1959 Ford Fairlane 500 Galaxy Hardtop for $15,500. This is late 50s American style at its boldest, and it marks the first time the Galaxy name appeared mid-year. Finished in yellow with a white interior, this hardtop has that unmistakable jet-age design: big chrome, dramatic rear fins, and wide, sweeping body lines. Under the hood, it retains its original powertrain, a 292 cubic inch V8 paired with an automatic transmission and power steering. That's classic, simple, and reliable cruising. The seller describes it as an older restoration that still runs out great. The body is solid and straight, with solid floors and trunk, always critical on cars from this era. The paint is older, and there's some clear coat chipping along the panel edges, but the overall presentation still has strong curb appeal. It's the kind of car that turns heads at every gas station. Behind the wheel, expect smooth, relaxed driving. The 292 V8 isn't about raw horsepower, it's about steady torque and effortless highway cruising. With just 10,000 miles shown since restoration, this Fairlane sounds like a car you can hop in and enjoy immediately. As a classic, it's already been brought back to life once. You could preserve it as a clean cruiser, refresh the paint down the line, or lean into a mild custom vibe. At 15.5, it's a sharp, drivable slice of 1959 Americana that's ready for weekend shows or long summer drives. Number 12. 1953 Mercury Monterey for $21,000. And this one represents the final year of the 255 cubic inch flathead V8, an engine that defined early post-war American cruising. Finished in Yosemite yellow with a white top, this Monterey carries that unmistakable early 50s presence. Fender skirts, full wheel covers, and black and white two-tone interior give it that true period-correct look. Under the hood sits the legendary flathead V8, now breathing through a new dual exhaust system with Flowmaster 40 mufflers, giving it that deep, classic rumble. It's paired with a 3-speed manual transmission and a column-mounted shifter, keeping the driving experience authentic and engaging. With around 10,000 miles shown, it's been set up to be enjoyed, especially with new Coker Era-correct radial tires that improve ride quality while keeping the vintage style intact. On the road, this isn't about speed, it's about feel. You row through the gears, listen to the flathead sing, and cruise with that smooth, steady torque only these old engines deliver. As a classic, this Monterey is already dialed in as a clean cruiser. You could show it as is, lightly detail it further, or simply drive and enjoy it on weekends. At $21,000, it's a beautifully styled slice of 1953 Americana with one of the most iconic V8 sounds of its era. Number 13. 1964 Plymouth Sport Fury Big Block for $22,000. And this is a cool, old-school Mopar that's all about presence and torque. Finished in white over a red interior, this Sport Fury has that sharp mid-60s full-size muscle look, long, low, and loaded with chrome. Under the hood sits a big block setup with dual 4 barrels, and according to the seller, it's got a nice cam, sounds great, and runs strong with no smoke or strange noises. It had been sitting for 20 years, but with a fresh battery and a clean fuel tank, it fired right up. Backing the engine is a TCI 727 automatic transmission with around 500 miles on it, which is a big plus. The interior is described as very nice, and overall the car is solid. The paint presents well with a deep gloss, though there are a few bubbles on the right quarter and minor imperfections here and there. Original chrome is still in place, adding to the authentic feel. It does need maintenance from sitting, fresh fluids, brake check, and control arm bushings, but this is positioned as a strong driver, not a trailer queen. On the road, expect big block torque, that deep Mopar rumble, and effortless cruising. At $22,000, firm, this isn't a mint show car, but it is a very cool, very usable classic big block Mopar you can enjoy right now. Number 14. 1976 Pontiac Trans Am, priced at $24,900. This is classic mid-70s American muscle done right. Finished in bright red over a black interior, this Trans Am has that unmistakable long hood, wide stance look that made these cars icons. It's bold, aggressive, and instantly recognizable. Under the hood sits a 400 V8 paired with a TH350 automatic. It delivers strong low-end torque and that deep Pontiac rumble that makes every throttle input feel special. It's not just about performance numbers, it's about the sound and the presence. With 77,000 miles, this car has clearly been enjoyed, but it's also been refreshed where it counts. It features a brand new PTFB suspension setup, a new PSC steering box, a new power steering pump, and a fully redone brake system. That means tighter handling, better response, and a much more confident driving feel than a typical unrestored example. It rides on Y/O wheels wrapped in Continental tires with less than 1,000 miles. The paint is about 10 years old and still shows well overall. There are some imperfections and a previously repaired rear bumper, but this is a solid driver, not a fragile show car. Inside, the black interior is in good condition. The gauges were recently refreshed, and it even comes with new legendary door panels and front seat covers, giving you room to improve it further if you choose. At $24,900, this is a strong entry into 400-powered Trans Am ownership, mechanically updated, great stance, and ready to cruise right now. Fire it up, hit the road, and enjoy classic V8 muscle the way it was meant to be driven. Let's move to the next one. Number 15. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS Coupe 2D, priced at $22,000. Now here's a true American icon, but this one comes with a twist. It's a project car. Finished in gray over a black interior, the 69 Camaro SS has the bones, the attitude, and the presence. It just needs someone with the time and vision to bring it fully back to life. Under the hood sits a small block 350 paired with a TH700 automatic transmission and a 10-bolt rear end. The good news? It starts, runs, and moves under its own power. That's a huge plus when you're talking about project cars. You're not dragging home a mystery, you're starting with something that already breathes. All the gauges are in, the center console is there, and the front and rear seats are installed. All the lights work, which saves time and headaches. It does need a radiator, and the interior still needs finishing touches like new carpet. There are some rust spots, so this isn't a quick flip. It's a hands-on build. A brand new windshield is included and ready to install, which is another step already handled. With only 1,234 miles listed on the odometer, this car is clearly partway through a rebuild story. Driving it now, you'd feel that raw, unfinished muscle car vibe, loud, mechanical, honest. And that's part of the appeal. This is the kind of Camaro you build your way. At $22,000, you're paying for the platform, the drivetrain, and the legendary 69 SS look. With the right investment of time and effort, this could turn into a serious street machine or a sharp weekend cruiser. If you've been looking for a classic you can shape into your own vision instead of paying top dollar for someone else's build, this Camaro might be your opportunity. Let's move on to the next one. Number 16. 1965 Ford Mustang Convertible 2D, priced at $28,000. This is the car that started it all. Finished in red with a black interior and GT350 style stripes, the 65 Mustang convertible has the timeless first-generation look that never goes out of style. The stance is right, the chrome pops, and with the top down, it's pure classic Americana. Under the hood sits a 289 V8 paired with an automatic transmission, both reportedly rebuilt by the previous owner. It runs and drives well, and with new front and rear suspension plus a brand new exhaust system, it should feel solid and responsive on the road. It's the kind of car you can jump in and cruise immediately. Mechanically, it's been upgraded with a new carburetor, chrome alternator, valve covers, air cleaner, oil pan, and battery. The paint is driver quality but shows very well, and the undercarriage is described as solid, important on a vintage convertible. Inside, it features new TMI Sport Air upholstery, clean dash and door panels, making it a very nice weekend cruiser interior. The convertible top is in good condition. The power top system is installed but currently operated manually and may need completion. There are a few small issues: steering column needs attention, temp gauge not working, wipers need connection, and minor oil leaks, but nothing that stops you from enjoying the car now. With just 10,000 miles listed, a clean title in hand, and located in Orlando, Florida, this Mustang is positioned as a strong driver, not a project shell. At $28,000 firm, you're getting a solid, upgraded classic convertible you can enjoy today and refine over time. If you want open-top V8 cruising with iconic Mustang style, this one checks the box. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 17. 1957 Chevrolet Classic Sedan 4D, priced at $31,500. Now this is pure 1950s American style. Finished in beautiful turquoise blue with a matching blue interior, this 57 Chevrolet has that unmistakable chrome-heavy presence that made these cars legends. The body is described as laser straight, and from the photos, it carries itself like a car that's been carefully preserved. Under the hood sits the original 283 V8, paired with a manual transmission. That combination brings you back to a simpler driving experience, mechanical, connected, and full of character. It's not just transportation, it's an event every time you turn the key. With 42,659 miles on the clock, this Chevy is presented as a beautiful driver, not a trailer queen. The Bel Air trim adds extra visual appeal, and the matching interior is said to look like new. That's a big deal in a car from this era. On the road, you can expect smooth cruising, plenty of thumbs up, and that unmistakable small block rumble. This is the kind of car that feels just as right at a local car show as it does rolling down Main Street on a summer evening. In terms of restoration potential, it sounds like most of the hard work is already done. The body is straight, the engine is original, and the presentation is strong. You could enjoy it exactly as it sits or take it to the next level with minor detailing. At $31,500, you're stepping into a well-presented, classic 57 Chevy with iconic styling and real collector appeal. If you've been waiting for a clean, honest 50s cruiser, this one deserves a serious look. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 18. 1969 Mercury Cyclone, priced at $30,000. This is one of those muscle cars you don't see every day. Finished in red, this 69 Cyclone has that bold, late 60s fastback attitude with clean lines and serious presence. It's the kind of car that stands out even in a crowd of Mustangs and Camaros. Under the hood sits a brand new 390 cubic inch V8 paired with a C6 automatic transmission. That's a strong, proven combo, plenty of torque, smooth shifting, and effortless cruising power. With just 7,500 miles showing, this car presents as a well-kept, turnkey classic. It runs and drives great, and the fact that it came from a Mecum auction adds to its appeal. The body and interior are described as being in great shape, and it even has cold AC and a working radio, small details that make a big difference when you actually drive it. On the road, expect smooth power delivery and that deep big block sound. This isn't a project, it's a ready-to-enjoy muscle cruiser. At $30,000, you're getting rarity, performance, and comfort in one sharp package. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 19. 1989 Pontiac Firebird Formula 350 convertible, priced at $30,000.
car.
Now this is late 80s muscle done right. Finished in black with a black convertible top and a gray interior, this Formula 350 has that sleek, aggressive look that defined the era. Low, sharp, and unmistakably Pontiac, it's the kind of car that still turns heads today. Under the hood sits the legendary 5.7-liter twin-port injection V8, the L98, the same basic powerhouse used in the Corvette of that time, paired with a smooth automatic transmission. With only 30,000 original miles, this isn't just another third-gen Firebird. It's a true Formula 350, factory-built and far rarer in convertible form. It also features the WS6 Performance suspension package, which means tighter handling and a more confident feel on the road. This isn't just about straight-line speed, it's about balance and drivability. As a cruiser, it delivers smooth shifts, strong torque, and that unmistakable V8 growl when you lean into it. Condition-wise, it's described as one of the cleanest surviving examples. Original wheels and tires are in great shape, and overall it presents as a well-preserved, low-mile classic rather than a worn-out project. In terms of restoration potential, this is the sweet spot: low miles, factory originality, and already highly collectible. You could keep it stock and watch it appreciate, or lightly detail it to take it to show level. At $30,000, you're buying rarity, originality, and late 80s performance in one sharp, open-top package. If you're into third-gen muscle with real pedigree, this Firebird is a serious contender. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 20. 1967 Dodge Coronet convertible priced at $30,000. Now here's a Mopar drop top you don't see every day. Finished in blue, the 67 Coronet convertible carries that clean, muscular late 60s body style with just the right amount of chrome and attitude. It's classic, understated, and seriously cool. Under the hood sits a 383 V8 paired with an automatic transmission, a strong, reliable big block setup that delivers smooth torque and effortless cruising. With 68,234 miles, this is described as a very original Southern car, and importantly, it's said to be rust-free with no rot. That alone makes it stand out. Everything reportedly works as it should, including the power convertible top, and it's presented as a true turnkey car. Just get in, fire it up, and drive it home. That's not something you can say about every classic convertible from this era. On the road, expect relaxed cruising power and that deep Mopar V8 sound. In terms of restoration potential, this is the ideal starting point: original, solid, and already running strong. At $30,000, you're getting rarity, big block power, and open-top freedom in one clean package. If you've been hunting for a classic Mopar convertible you can enjoy immediately, this Coronet deserves a serious look.